Prince William and Prince George recently enjoyed a trip to Berlin to see, of course, the England football team do their very best to make sure that football was brought home. And as we know, both George and William are huge football fans. But according to a very well-placed source, both of them actually are doing something that our late and brilliant monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, wouldn't like. There's also another problem on the horizon too. As ever, let me explain. Hi, morning. Nice to see you today, as ever. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me. I know we're all busy. This is, by the way, Edgware Road Tube Station. I'm waiting. A lot of people don't realise, as I say, I'm a one-man band. I film these things alone, and literally I film them out and about wherever I am on that particular moment or that particular day, literally so that, you can understand what my day's like. As I say, in the other world, we're covering politics. That can be very tricky, as you can imagine, and of course, very time-consuming too. But I enjoy this. We've made so many friends and it's wonderful to see so many people. By the way, lovely comments about many of you who've come up and actually said that you've been now to the opening of Buckingham Palace and seen the brand new, areas where you're allowed to go and look at and how much you've enjoyed it. It's lovely to get those comments. Yeah, I think it's terrific. Why not? If you can afford it and it's a treat and all that sort of stuff, it's memories for life stuff, isn't it? You won't believe this. Look, I'll show you. This is real time. My train is actually coming in, frightening, isn't it? I know, you see, we get gossiping and things move on. As ever though, back to your royal story of the day. So thankfully now we're sat down inside the tube. You see how things move at a very fast pace. Now let me explain this particular story because it is fascinating in many respects. When you think back to our wonderful late monarch, Queen Elizabeth, she didn't really show too much emotion, and I think that's really what made her very successful. Even on terrible situations, she wasn't prone to tears or the quivering lip, and I think we needed that stoicism, that stiff upper lip. According to a very well-placed courtier, William and George showing so much emotion, literally, on the football pitch over in Berlin, wouldn't be something that our late and brilliant monarch would have enjoyed. She would have felt that you should have kept a little bit of distance and all that sort of stuff. And it's interesting. But now moving forward, according to another source, again, this is rather tricky because apparently in the brand new court of William, not so much the Princess of Wales, Catherine, William doesn't necessarily feel the need for people to curtsy or indeed bow. Now, having many sort of American friends and all sorts of nationalities around the world, they find this particular curiosity very endearing and nice and actually see it as a mark of respect. But apparently, William is listening to advisors and says, well, that should be optional. Should they do it or shouldn't they? Now, I don't know about you, but I sort of think it's part and parcel. I think it's wonderful when people say, come on the Royal Variety Show, and at the end of performing their act, they turn to the royal box, as I have done, and bowed and literally walked off. It's sort of saying, I'm thrilled and honoured to perform in front of you, my monarch, or part of the British monarchy, who was ever in the box. So I wanted to ask you, do you think this is a good idea moving forward? Is William sort of radically changing the face of the monarchy too much? More importantly, would you say that this is just a modern monarchy that naturally will evolve and it would be seen as sort of, rather old-fashioned to do that? Where do you stand on curtsying and bowing? For or against? And again, in the brand new court of Prince William, and let's not forget this will be our brand new king at some point moving forward, is he right or wrong? I'd love to know what you think. Neil Sean on a London tube in the very heart of London.